Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here coming at you from the Knife Center. And even though the Blade Show has been canceled, that doesn't mean we still can't celebrate Blade Show Week with some of our favorite friends in the knife industry. And today, I've got my friend Ryan from CRKT with us here to show off some new knives. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you, David?
Doing great. Happy to have you here. How you guys been doing out there throughout this whole pandemic situation?
Well, it's definitely different, that's for sure. But as we were talking about earlier, it's 83 degrees, the sun is shining, and no complaints on this side of the coast. So doing good. Can't
Excellent.
can't wait to talk about some knives, that's for sure.
Well, let's not wait any further. Let's see. What do you got to show us today? What's the first thing on the table?
All right, so I am introducing the Razorcliff Compact. So this is designed by John Graham. He has done our ring Razel, stubby Razel, and a large fixed blade, the SS7. So this is the compact version. The origin of the name is razor chisel. So that is Razel. And then Warncliffe plus Razel equals Razelcliffe. So that's you can kind of break down the name and
Sure.
see exactly how this knife was designed and functions. So this is obviously very unique. It's really cool. So you have two cutting edges. You have your chisel edge, and then it kind of comes down to a nice piercing point, and then you have your razor edge on the bottom. So just great utility compact folder. What do you think of it?
I've always been, they're not necessarily something I would carry every day, but I've always been very intrigued by them. I've never had a chance to really use one a lot personally, so I still have to reserve judgment on them, honestly. But I love the little utility size of this particular knife. As the comment section in this video is going to be pleased to hear me say, I have slightly larger than average hands. And for me, I can still get 3 fingers on this particular knife, but it doesn't feel stubby because you've got that wide stainless steel handle there. So I still have a lot
Yeah.
of purchase on this knife. And even if I were to never, well, not saying I wouldn't, but even without that leading sharpened edge, it's just a great utility knife. You've got kind of a sheep's foot type of profile apart from that. So definitely a great box cutter and great utility knife for sure.
Yep, absolutely. And then, it has this finger tab here and this flies right open because of the IKBS ball bearings there. So yeah, like you mentioned, just a great compact utility folder.
It's going to carry nice and easily too. I know a lot of folks love the deep carry pocket clip, which you have here. And you
Oh
guys
yeah.
have inset the screws so you don't have those sticking up. Makes it for a little bit smoother extraction. Just a real cool little piece overall.
Yep, I completely agree.
All right. Anything else you want to share about that one in particular before we move on?
I don't think so. I think you hit all the high points, and yeah, it's obviously really unique, and it's once when you get in your hand and feel the register of it, it really does fit well in the hand. I have a larger hands as well, and it fits really well. So
Yeah, nice
really
solid grip
excited about it.
despite the small size. Yeah. All right. What's next, sir?
All right, super exciting. We have the CEO Bamboo. So I will show you the original CEO I have here in my pocket. This has been a huge success. Just last year at the Blade Show, it won Best Buy of the Year. So everybody has seen this guy right here. That is the original. And I am going to pull out the CEO Bamboo. So you can definitely see the contrasting colorways here, as well as the handle. If you can look at it closely, it does look like bamboo. That's why it's called the CEO Bamboo.
Yeah, you've
Has
got that
the
that kind of scalloped or not edges, but that scalloped sectioning of bamboo kind of on the handle there.
Yep, exactly. And then I really like the contrasting of colors here. You have the black stonewash blade with this really unique colorway on the handle. Obviously has all the great features of the original CEO, just a different handle and blade color. And just it's just awesome. I mean, this has been extremely successful for us. Richard Rogers Design. He is a master of angles. I mean, it's not spring assisted, but the way this opens and the way you kind of can hit it at a 45-degree angle. It just really flies out with this IKBS ball bearing cage system in here. So really excited about this model. I know we were talking right before we jumped on, and you were really excited about this one out of what we have.
I think it's very cool. I mean, people have loved this design. What I like especially about this this sort of bamboo version is it leans a little bit more into the influences. For me, I've always seen a Quaken style influence on this particular knife, which isn't something you really shout about, not that you needed to, but it was always something that I looked at and goes like, yeah, I kind of see that baked into its DNA a little bit. So to have that bamboo, it's a really, in my mind, it's a really appropriate tie-in.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with what you just said. And so I think it's really appropriate for a line extension for the CEO. And yeah, I think people are going to love it.
They're going to love it. You're going to get a little more grip, which is nice. And I love the way you guys handle the pocket clip on this one too. You've got a little bit of a ramp molded into the FRN there that helps the pant hem just kind of glide up and not snag on anything on that pocket clip right there. But you've got plenty of handle length there, and like you said, oh, there you go. I just messed it up. But the blade does pop open quite nicely. Now I'm embarrassed. We'll edit that out. No, he'll probably leave that in to embarrass me. It's a cool little knife, and I think this is a really nice little extra variant. It's not just a color change. It is something a little bit different from the original. So I like to see the variety.
Yep, absolutely.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right. Next, we have the Crossbones Bronze. So going back to 2017 when this was introduced, this one Import Knife of the Year at the Blade Show. This is a Jeff Park design. If people are unfamiliar with Jeff Park, he has worked with Ken Onion for over a decade or so. And this is his actual first ever knife that he came to the market with. And we picked it up and we have been extremely excited about the original. And so we decided to come out with a bronze version. So I'm going to say this again, but I know you're really excited about this during our email correspondence. And I think we did this right. And that's what's really fun about this. Just a great gentleman's folder, has incredible slicing capability with this blade shape. IKBS in the ball bearings. I mean, the list goes on about amazing features. And so, this was introduced in 2017. We thought it was time to come out with a different variation.
It always has been one of my favorites still in the lineup today. I think it's a great classy knife, great utility knife, even if you're just wearing it day to day in a pair of jeans, but it's going to look good in a suit pant pocket as well. But this bronze that you guys put on this particular knife, I think is really done right. Bronze, and this is going to be one of the hard things to get across in video or in pictures on a website. It's very easy for it to just look like a flat dark earth type of color, but yeah, there's a really good metallic sheen to this bronze that it picks up the light, and you see some dimensionality to that color, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, no, that is a great call out. Obviously we're living in a completely different time where we're not being able to touch and feel these products like we normally have. But with that said, I mean, really, when you see this in person, it really pops, like you mentioned.
Yeah, it pops. It looks great. Even the original versions always looked great. There's a good amount of grip to this handle, so you're not getting like a slick handle. In order to get a gentleman's knife, nice inset pocket clip, a lot of really classy touches, and just a really useful blade shape there.
Yep. And I love the flipper tab here, just how it's kind of low profile. It doesn't stick out too far, but you get enough grip there to really get a nice action on it. I love that feature.
For sure. Very nice. Very nice. But we've also got something almost like this to show the good folks at home, but a little bit different. What do we got next?
Yes. Next we have here the blacked out Jumbones. So we had a Jumbones that we came out with a couple years ago. It was a play on the Crossbones from Jeff Park. So this is the Jumbo version of the Crossbones, and we have an entirely blacked out version I just love the way this looks. It is an extremely large folder, yes, but it fits really well in the pocket. Just because of the profile here and the way the pocket clip is designed, it can really kind of store in the back side of your pocket, and it doesn't feel like you have this large monster folder in your pocket, which some people do like, don't get me wrong, but I like being able to put some other things in my pocket as well.
I'm the same way.
Yep. So, like you mentioned, this is, I guess, kind of the big brother or the jumbo version of the Crossbones. Just really freaking cool. And the action, I mean, again, video and doing this virtually for you at home. I mean, it is crazy how we got this action for not being a assisted opening knife.
Yeah, no, it feels really good. You've got the IKBS in there. Great slicing profile again. And even if someone out there isn't sure that this might serve a practical application for them, this is one that you pick it up and you definitely smile. It's great. You love it.
100%. Yep. I mean, you can't, if you're not smiling picking it up, you're going to smile when you open it.
And if not, maybe you should get a different hobby.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And then just one more on the table in front of me right now.
Yes. So this is our Provoke Desert Sand colorway. So we came out with the Provoke. This is designed by Joe Caswell. This game-changing innovation with the kinematic mechanism for deployment. You just push down with your thumb, and also has a lock here on this side, you guys can see, to close it. So you just kind of push down here and the blade will collapse. Also, what's great about the Provoke has this zero profile pocket clip on the back. So you just push down here and the pocket clip actually raises so it can slide in and out of your pocket really nicely. So we have done a few iterations of the Provoke. We have the original black version. We have our VEF serrated version. We have an earth colorway, a first responders that comes with a sheath and a glass breaker. And now we have the desert sand, which I think the color is incredible. It is Cerakoted. It just looks great also with, kind of the black here on the arms with the desert sand colorway. Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
Well, I like this knife a lot. And I actually catch some flack for it because there's a lot of folks out there that think this kinematic action is some kind of gimmick. But every time I try to tell them, no, this is not a gimmick. It serves a practical purpose, and it's fast. It's so quick. And if it were to fail somehow, you're not going to have a blade folding closed on your fingers.
100%. That is what I tell people all the time is with basic karambits or karambits historically, if the blade does collapse, it will collapse on your fingers. This, because of the design of this kinematic mechanism, actually folds back up in on itself. So, so you're not going to have the knife collapse on your fingers for safety purposes, obviously. So.
And for folks who like to have some sort of pocket deployer on their karambit, where as soon as you draw it from the pocket, you can use the hem of your pocket to open it. You can still do that with this little the nub back here if you angle it just right. Just like some of the the other competitors in the karambit market have their ways of doing that, you can still do it here as well.
Yep.
And the other thing I really appreciate about this version and the newer versions, all the latest ones to have come out, is you guys have been listening to folks and improving a little bit. I remember right at the beginning, this hardware on the back was a flathead screw, and we were having some problems with them kind of walking out a little bit. You guys didn't wait. You switched up the hardware, upgraded those so that you didn't have to worry about that anymore. Yep,
we made a running change. We listen to our audience and to our consumer base, and we decided to make a running change, and that's a testament to our team. For listening and making the product better. And that's what we're all about.
Excellent. All right, I've got one more question for you today, sir.
Yes, sir, David.
For the folks out there who may have not tried a CRKT knife before, why should they look at a CRKT today?
Well, that is a great question. Putting me on the spot, huh?
I am. That's what I'm doing.
I love it. No, that is a great question. I think what is so unique about CRKT and what I love about working for CRKT, it kind of goes hand in hand, is we work with the best designers in the world. We bring their innovative, awesome models to the consumer at an affordable price. So you can see here, the CEO, let's take, for example, this is a Richard Rodder's design. His customs are going to be thousands of dollars. You can get this product for around $40. This amazing knife, and the list goes on and on and on with our designers. We have Ken Onion, we have Flavio Iacoma, we have Jesper Voxney, Lucas Burnley. I mean, the list goes on. 45 plus, just awesome designers. And what's also amazing about CRKT for you out there is, because we work with so many designers, there is going to be something for everybody. It's like we have so many unique models that cross EDC, outdoor, tactical. And so if you go through our catalog, I guarantee you're going to find something that catches your eye. That's I think what's really cool about working with these world-class designers.
Sounds good to me. Excellent answer, sir.
All right,
guys. For those of you watching, if you liked what you saw here, make sure to let us know in the comments. And if you want to get your hands on some of these, they may or may not be up for pre-order just yet on the Knife Center, but we will leave links in the description to take you over there. Thanks for watching our Blade Show coverage. Keep sticking around. We've got more to come. Ryan, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Oh, thank you, David.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
All right.